Welcome to Okon Bros 2.0, Okon Bros 2020.
Coming live from Hicksville, Long Island, the North Shore. Hicksville.
You know,
It's the worst name for a town.
where's
Your studio? Hicksville.
I like it.
Bumpkin Town.
Looks can be deceiving,
That's very true.
as they say.
Yeah, we're in our new studio, North Shore of Long Island. Very
Yeah.
excited for this.
We got brand new microphones. We got the same microphones that Gary Vee and Joe Rogan use. We got Panasonic 4K cameras. We redid our lighting. Michael was tasked with being the interior decorator.
Yeah,
And,
so I got my degree in interior decorating.
well, we put things here that represented us.
It represented our journey as, from boys to men, and, taking what we learned all throughout these years. We're big into pop culture. So,
Right.
behind you, I love that picture of the
Turtles.
the turtles.
Yeah, I mean, I just turned 37 a few days ago, January 3rd.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you. And like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was
yours.
That was everything to me.
Right. And over your left shoulder, I don't even want to say what it is. I want the people to leave comments down below
Guess on the
what movie that's from.
guess what movie is that from? The first person who guesses gets a prize.
Yeah. I don't know
we'll
what
figure it
prize
out.
we'll do. I don't know we were doing prizes now.
Sure.
Okay.
See if they're paying attention.
Sure.
So either guess on LinkedIn or guess on YouTube.
What's that photo? What movie is that picture from?
Right there.
And no one, we told a couple people, Anthony, Carl, and Vinny, that doesn't apply to you guys.
Yeah, they don't count.
Right. But everyone who's seen our studio, everyone that walked in, the first thing they gravitate towards is the dice picture.
Yeah. And I think the dice represent us. And listen, we're gamblers.
Yep.
And I think as entrepreneurs, you have to gamble, and craps is like business.
That's our game.
And you can roll the dice and you can get hot, but you can be a good craps player,
Absolutely.
just like you can be a good businessman.
Absolutely.
Good business person.
What was your first craps game? The first time you ever played dice?
Legally or
No, illegally. Seriously. I mean,
I was playing craps since I was 16.
right.
Yeah, we had a run at the Mirage.
That was your first craps game. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and to learn, I learned on the computer
Right.
to learn how to play. But yeah, we're a family of gamblers, and
This podcast is a gamble, and that's when I saw that picture, I said that canvas art, I had to get it. The dice represent you and me, right? We're the same, but we come up different.
And listen, every day, every minute, you roll the dice to see
100%.
what number comes up.
100%.
And it's all about being the right place, the right time, and putting your best foot forward.
A lot of this stuff, I didn't want to get movie posters, right?
Right.
I want to get references and art that represent us,
Right.
right? And I saw this poster online. It was Scarface. I mean,
Well,
one of the greatest movies ever made. And
obviously we're not gangsters, but
correct,
the world is yours. And I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but on the blimp it says the world is yours.
right? I had so many links.
My favorite, Doc Brown.
You like the Doc Brown fan art?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it represents. I just think it's Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That Doc is he manipulates time.
Right.
I don't know. I liked it. It was either that or Django from Django Unchained.
It's a great picture.
Thank you. But yes, I chose everything here.
Moving on.
Yes.
We covered the studio.
Yes. And anyone that wants to come on, just shoot Eric a LinkedIn post.
Yeah, we have a lot of
we have a lot of great guests upcoming. We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some real heavy hitters in the travel industry, some entertainment people, business owners. So we have some people lined up.
Right. We're very excited. What I wanted to talk about is kind of the state of our LinkedIn postings, what we've learned, because we haven't really spoken about it in a while. And me and Harvey and I, we threw out a test where we made one of those carousel images right around the time when we did Harris's
Vimeo podcast.
And the responses on the carousels have been amazing, because like we're going to make video clips of this. So like what I'm talking about now is going to be a video clip, but we're going to make a carousel. And what those are is it's just a PDF document that you go and you upload, and it goes page by page. And if you make it fancy enough, even though it's very easy. Like we're not artists. Harvey isn't an artist. He's an editor.
We're bullshit artists.
We're bullshit artists. We're master bullshit artists. So all we're doing is, and Harvey, if you want to throw up one of them to show what it looks like, we'll take a stick figure of my head or Michael's head, throw it on a stick body, and we'll basically...
It's a pretty accurate body type, by the way, for you.
Shredded, skinny.
Skinny fat, maybe.
And you swipe on LinkedIn, and the engagement rates on those carousels are unbelievable.
Well, what do you think it is? Like, why is that?
I think it's easy to consume. I think it's easier than video.
Really?
Yeah, because you read one line at a time. There's art, so it's eye-catching. And it's interesting.
To me, it's very comic booky.
Yeah, and it's a comic strip. Harvey and I call them carousels because we're not technically making comics.
Right.
But actually we are. Maybe we should start calling them comic strips. But
right. There's no punchline.
The engagement rate is amazing. And those things for us are getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know
especially when you take a stick figure, you put your big head on it, it catches people's eyes. But not only that, you can follow it. It's not all about just having a fancy image. You can follow it up and have actually decent content behind it. And you can give value. And like our most successful one, we were talking about business travel.
Right.
And we gave 3 tips, which you and I were just talking about it.
Right.
And then Harvey went and just, he went through the episode and he just grabbed it and he made a comic strip about it.
Right.
And I'm like, whatever he's talking about, like how is that going to resonate? Because it seems like such common sense to me. That thing got comments, likes, and hits. I wish our video clips were getting that many, but they're not. Maybe with the new studio setup, we'll be able to get some more traction. But like this whole sentence that I just spoke about, that's going to be a comic book.
Really?
Yeah.
A comic strip.
And not only that, it's driving viewership to the podcast on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. It's very, very cool.
That was his idea?
No, it was my idea.
To do the comic strip?
Yeah.
Gary Vee said animation is huge.
Well, he's not doing animation.
No, but he drew like a
yeah, he's doing comic strip. Which we're gonna do. I wanted to talk about it with Harvey, but I wanted to hire an artist to go and make 20 sketches of us in a comic book form. And then Harvey can then go and take those sketches and like, how many mouth movements do you need? You need like open, how many different types of movements can you make? And then we can then go and take those and we can reuse those. You don't have to keep remaking the sketch of yourself. You can just keep reusing it for whatever is saying on that caption.
Okay.
Because like you go like that, and then you can just go from comic book to comic book to comic book and actually have us. And then, but you can put in trees or desks, all that stuff you can go and buy online.
Well, animation's unlimited. It just takes time to actually create it.
This isn't animation. These are like cartoons. Well, animation's like moving. These are like these are cartoons, but
they're stills.
The point is anybody can go and do this.
Right.
This isn't hard stuff. You can go to Upwork.com, go hire somebody, and you can get these things made for $5-10.
Right.
This all you have to do, you just have to try and do it.
Right.
So that was.
I'm glad you did it because it's a definite what do you call just another added thing to our content strategy.
Right.
Another item that we can promote. And when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's really cool. I'm like, I think this is going to get 50 views.
Right.
2,000 views later.
Yeah. No, at least 2,000's like not a lot with those.
Really?
For us.
What have you been averaging?
7,000-8,000 views.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's been amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that would have worked.
Me neither. But that's why you just have to try.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And the subscribers, we nearly doubled the subscribers.
We're at 55 subscribers.
Yeah. I'm thrilled about that. That's really cool.
I think that it's getting past friends and family.
No, that's how it always is.
Yeah. Like we're at that cusp now. I recognize majority of the subscribers.
Right.
And a lot of them are from LinkedIn.
Right.
They're fans of LinkedIn and then they're subscribing on YouTube.
Right.
But, listen, our market isn't necessarily YouTube per se. Do I want to become YouTube famous? Sure. But, you know,
We have to do some really stupid things to get YouTube famous.
lift up your shirt.
Not happening.
Come on.
Maybe on the comic strip, you could lift up my shirt, reveal a 6-pack, and
Right.
make sure my pecs look good. You know. So is that's going to be a driver for you for 2020, right? Like you're going to be
the comic strips, we're putting out a comic strip a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After this podcast, because like we needed the content to create
Right.
for the comic strip.
That's great. I can't wait. I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to say how this is my most favorite time of the year,
Why is that?
business wise.
Right.
Coming off a break, a 2-week Disney vacation,
Right.
where your kids are running 103 fever
In Disney.
and you can't really go anywhere or do anything. So you catch up on your Netflix, you catch up on your, Apple TV Plus shows, and then you come to work to relax.
Right.
This is relaxing to me.
Right.
One of the funniest things Kevin ever told me was when I had my son, and I was home for, a couple weeks, taking care of him, helping Sharon and everything. This was 11 and a half years ago. And it was great. It was good. But Kevin's like, he called me. He's like, are you ready to come back to work to relax?
Said the same thing to me.
Right. When you had Hallie and Zach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is true, because it's a lot of work that our wives put into taking care of the kids and everything. And
Well, no doubt working here is easier than raising a baby.
100%. 100%. Absolutely. And
That stuff's exhausting.
taking 2 weeks, it wasn't 2 weeks. We were gone for about 11 days, and, it wasn't much of a vacation. It rained every day. So it was hard to get on the outdoor rides. But the stuff we did do, we had a great time, but it was ready. Couldn't wait to get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great. Like the Golden Globes were yesterday. And
New Year's, and then
I'm just saying, like, Golden Globes is like the official kickoff to the rest of the year. We have CES tomorrow, which I hope to publish this by tomorrow. So
that quick.
Yeah. So CES is today.
That's my favorite event.
Yeah,
that is my absolute favorite. Event.
January is just event after event after event.
Right.
And you guys will be seeing all the content.
Yeah.
So we're going to be posting. We're going to.
It really starts with New Year's in Vegas. New Year's in Vegas is just. It used to be massive.
No, it was good.
It was very big.
We had a great New Year's in Vegas.
We had a lot of house cars for a lot of different clients, but getting to this point of the year, I wake up at 5 a.m. saying, "Yes,
Let's
January 6th, let's go."
Yeah,
this is exciting for me.
Yeah. Just because it was such a long.
Oh my God.
It's such a long drag until you can just get started again while your project's kind of paused. Like, we stopped recording this,
right,
and then
we set this up pretty quick though.
Yeah, it took a while. There's glitches. You got to hook things up. The frame rate is blah blah blah.
We set this up before we left for Disney. Right, everything was was set up, and then we came in on New Year's to start really.
Yeah, we were here New Year's Day, which I sent some pictures. I posted some pictures that we finished. Setting everything up and.
Right. But this starts December 31st. It really starts with New Year's, and then it goes right into Memorial Day.
Yeah,
where it's just event after event after event.
Yeah, well, like Golden Globes started award season.
Correct.
And then it's a short season this year, and then when are the Oscars? Like February 8th or something?
February 9th, I think. It's Super Bowl then Oscars.
Hey Siri, when is the Oscars 2020?
92nd Academy Awards is on Sunday, February 9th.
What did I say? Did I say the 9th?
I think I said the 8th, but whatever, February 9th. So that's going to close out the
awards.
Harvey just sent me a carousel.
Post it up on this podcast if you can.
Yeah. 4 principles to success. I don't know if we can see it there, but it's a picture of my mom. But yeah, these things are awesome. So you're going to be seeing these today, which is January. What day is today?
I think the 6th, right? Yeah, January 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, so we...
love this time of year.
Yes.
Love what we're doing. We have a lot of goals for 2020. I'm big on goals. Vision boards, goals, asking the universe for things.
Like we're set up for 2020.
100%. We know, and there's going to be surprises. There's going to be stuff that's coming through that wasn't on our I want list.
Right.
Right. It wasn't on the company vision board.
Right.
Because that's what happened in 2019.
Right.
The stuff we accomplished in 2019 we don't talk numbers much, but we were up 20%.
Yep.
Which was just massive.
Yep.
It was huge. 2020, if things are going, I'm knocking on wood.
I mean, so far January is dynamite.
And we're only 6 days in.
Right.
But
you have to set yourself up for success. Like
Right.
you have to plan your goal out, and we've been planning 2020 since 2019.
Yep, absolutely.
And we know which direction that we're going in, and we're already starting to plan 2021.
Absolutely.
What's on the docket there? Even though 2020 just began, you have to know where you're going.
To me, making vision boards has been so instrumental, looking at it every day. There's vision board apps on your phone. I go and I create I get a cork board from Amazon, and I do 2 of them. I do one for the company, and I do one for the house. And personally,
yeah.
And every year, my kids and Sharon gets involved, but Sharon just wants health and happiness. She doesn't care about anything. She's,
Right.
maybe a Chanel bag for Christmas or something.
She's going to get that anyway.
She's going to get that anyway. Exactly. A Chanel bag for her birthday or something, but a Gucci bag. But creating these vision boards, really, we do it as a project in my house, and we do it every New Year's, where I get this vision board from Amazon. I get a cork board from Amazon, and we go online, my kids and I, and we say, like, all right, guys, what do we want? What do we want for the new year? And we type in, Kayla wants to go back to SeaWorld.
You know what Zachary wants?
A hoverboard.
A hoverboard, which he got. Michael, for my birthday, Michael got me a hoverboard, which is that
The
thing.
greatest present I've ever bought.
Which you stand
my brother.
on. Which you stand on. And like my son, he's 5 years old, and he talks like, "Hey, Dad, I'm so happy. Michael bought me this hoverboard." I'm like, "Hold on a minute, son." I'm like,
Hold on one
Michael
second.
bought me that hoverboard.
I did.
But I totally identify with my son because I would have loved. I love the gift, but I would have
Right.
loved that gift if I was a 5-year-old boy.
Right. He hasn't walked in 3 days.
Because we put it in our basement. I didn't want to put it outside and ruin it, and plus it's too cold outside to do anything. So we put it in our basement. The boy hasn't walked in our basement. He hoverboards everywhere.
We were in Disney, and Sharon's like, "What are we getting Eric for his birthday?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I typed in. I was searching because we were home doing nothing. I typed in best presents for a bro, not a brother, for a bro. And there was this website that brought me to it. It was like, a whiskey set or a bourbon making set. I'm like, I can get him a bro. He's not, whatever, for his 4 drinks a year, he's not gonna, appreciate this. And then I came across a hoverboard. I said, that's it. I said, it's not even a question.
So for any 37-year-olds out there,
Get them a hoverboard.
Get them a hoverboard. They're gonna love it.
Do you love it?
It's a lot of fun. I was getting the hang of it yesterday. I was doing really, really well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I took it out of your
when I first got on, like the lower back, like right above your butt crack,
twinged,
like I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I got like a twinge when you get up. It's like comfortable if you sit down, but if you get up, it just feels like something was lagging on it.
Yeah.
Like pushing on
the
it.
Peloton was worse.
Yeah.
The Peloton was much worse.
We returned our Pelotons.
Yeah, that was stupid.
We were not cut out for Pelotons.
No.
If you are,
Good for you.
all the power to you.
Keep doing Pelotons.
We're too weak apparently to do the Peloton.
I've moved muscles. I couldn't walk. I felt like I was paralyzed after the Peloton workout. But anyway, I digress. I bought myself a boxing machine for Christmas this year. So I'm getting it. So I want to learn how to box.
Congratulations.
Deck some people I don't like.
You love everybody.
I do. That's very true. I only hug and kiss people. Yes. Anyway, got you the hoverboard. I don't know where that was going, but I'm the greatest brother in the world.
I think we were talking about my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday is January 3rd. LinkedIn.
No.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. All right. I remember it was about vision boards.
That's fine.
Right.
LinkedIn. Thank you for everybody wishing me happy birthday.
What was that?
I don't know. Never in my life. I've never been on Facebook. I haven't been on Twitter, so I don't have any online social media profiles. I must have gotten 300 to 400 happy birthdays privately messaged to me. It started Vince Portofino. I hope I'm saying your name right, but he's from CD Limo in Australia.
One of our oldest affiliates.
One of our oldest affiliates was the first person to wish me a happy birthday on January 2nd, New York time. And then he wished me happy birthday at like noon.
Yeah.
But apparently it was like 7:30 a.m. in Australia.
Yeah.
So
he got the alert.
Yeah, he got the alert. He wished me a happy birthday on January 2nd, even though it was January 3rd in Australia. And then after that, it was all night. I had to turn off my alerts on my phone because I kept getting messaged from then everyone overseas And then in the morning, all the East Coasters. And then by 12, 1 o'clock, I had all the people from California. It was just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And
Awesome.
I was still getting happy birthdays today.
Oh, really?
Swear to God.
From who? Say too late. You're 3 days too late.
I couldn't believe it, but thank you for the happy birthday wishes. And I'm not the type of person that actually cares about my birthday. I don't care at all.
No, I do.
Michael loves his birthday.
It's Memorial Day weekend every year. How could you not appreciate a birthday like that, especially when the weather's nice?
My birthday's on New Year's. New Year's is better.
Not really. Actually, you have a very cool birthday. You're done with it.
Yeah, I was the oldest in the grade. I drove first.
Yep. Anyway, we're talking birthdays. We're talking hoverboards. This is a typical Okon Bros podcast.
Back to vision boards.
Vision boards. For people that don't do vision boards, you're missing out. The way Eric says, don't do LinkedIn, you're missing out. Vision boards, writing down what you want, goals.
You set yourself up for success, and it gives a visualization that you concentrate on.
Yeah.
And there's multiple ways you can do it. You can do it via app. You can do it on a corkboard. I keep it in my head.
Really?
So, yeah, it's just a form of meditation. Like I know what I want.
Right.
I don't have to. Me personally, I don't have to necessarily put it on a board. It's just a constant and never-ending evolution of things that I want.
Right. No, for me, I mean, well, you're looking at it every day. It just makes me.
Well, listen, what you want, I want. So I get to see your vision board at work. So
Yeah,
I
this
count
is
that
true.
as mine.
This is true. Yeah. But for people who are not doing vision boards, you're missing out. You're not setting goals. We have our goals for 2020. It's done. Mm-hmm. And like I said, there will be some surprises. And, some misses too. I don't, last year we didn't really have many misses.
No.
The year before that we had a couple misses, but last year was just,
It was dynamite.
it was a craps roll that didn't want to end.
And it's still going.
Yeah, we didn't 7 out. We did not. 7 out means that, you hit your point and.
Well, we hit some 7s, but it was when we were on the pass line.
Right.
Right when you needed to come in.
Right. I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that.
Listen, it's, I firmly believe that attitude is the first step to success.
Mm-hmm.
And for us.
Mm-hmm.
And,
but your attitude is what's programming your subconscious mind.
right.
That if you're programming your subconscious mind with like, we're going to do it. This is happening.
Mm-hmm.
We have this thing on the on our docket for 2020. We mentioned it in the past, but our expansion internationally, more cities nationally. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, no, 2020 is all but set up.
Yeah.
For us to, we're going to have to start planning what we want to do at 2021 with that.
Yeah. Yeah. We started planning 2020 in early 19.
Yeah.
We knew exactly what we wanted. And, there's some companies that didn't make it in 2019. It was a pretty,
Some of our competitors.
Yeah.
And it's a shame the industry is changing.
yeah, it sucks, to be honest. And everyone says, oh, your competitors are out. That must be great. No, I don't like hearing that.
No.
There's a competitor now that's supposedly being bought by another company, and we're sad to see that. Companies like that are an institution.
Yep.
And, we're not happy about it, but, it's not our business.
Yeah. No, listen, people have to run their
Lives and run their business the way they seem fit. I mean, Eric and I we're putting our cards on the table here and showing how we're running BLS.
Yep.
And there are changes happening at our company too.
Yep.
We have a lot of new projects in the pipeline that are going to change the, I guess, facade of the company. That's going to change the way
definitely 2019 was our coming out party.
Yep.
And, we changed the face of that.
Right.
Already, for the first quarter this year, we're going to be in a few magazines.
And it's not what I mean.
It's not Forbes,
It's not Forbes.
but it's.
Hey, you know what? I was in Forbes.
You were in Forbes.
Monsterland made Forbes.
Yeah.
On must-read lists. I think in 2018.
And I may add that the opportunity for the magazines was all from LinkedIn.
Both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all from LinkedIn, and
Was
it was all because we're posting content, and it's just one thing leads to another, and that's different for us because we were a very private company, and we knew when we made the decision that we were going to start posting online, we knew these opportunities were going to come our way because we have an interesting company, because we do things interestingly.
Are you going to say what magazines are?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. It's not Premier Magazine.
As it unfolds.
Okay.
But he's coming tomorrow,
I know.
and you know who you are. and which this will be live tomorrow. But we're doing a whole expose on the company. He's coming to take photos.
What did we do last Friday?
Yeah. We did a whole photo shoot, which I also posted online. We did headshots for the website.
Yeah.
We got to get LA, Vegas, Atlanta, and everyone else to go and take their match the photos, whatever we just did.
Yep.
But we did the New York management team, and then we did a whole photo shoot for a magazine that's going to be coming out.
Right.
And
a really cool business magazine.
And we we did the interview with them.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. But yeah, this is unusual for us. We were always a very private company.
Right.
Anybody who knows us, especially in the industry, knows that we're very private. And
we still technically are.
Yeah, but
we don't reveal who we drive.
But nobody does that. But whatever the case, we're putting ourselves out there, and it works. So we enjoy the new face of what we're doing, and it's nice. Right. It's nice to puff your chest. It's nice to show off, and it's nice to.
Yeah, but we're not doing it for that. It's cool that we're. It's interesting that like people wished you a happy birthday,
right?
Because you technically are famous now.
I don't know about that.
No. I think that listen, Gary Vee's a normal dude, right? But if I saw Gary Vee in a restaurant, I go up to him and I go, dude, I'm a huge fan.
Right.
I think people are doing that to you.
I think people on some level.
Right. People that know you.
Right.
Like one of my good friends, Sammy, texts me. He's like, tell your brother happy birthday. I'm like, you tell him. Here's his cell phone number. I love you, my brother. Big shout out to Sammy J. But like the poker, one of our good poker friends.
We got to have him on here.
Yeah, I would love to have Sammy. I think he's in the energy sector. His family was a big builders, and he moved to the energy sector. Great guy. Anyway, I think that there is some fame to this, but not like Brad Pitt fame, right?
No, I think it's all relative.
Right. If you're in front of a camera and putting yourself out there, I think people are going to notice.
All I know is every convention, trade show that I go to that's industry related, everyone's always saying stuff about the podcast, about the stuff that we're doing on LinkedIn. And then not only that, the best part about doing this is we go visit clients.
Yeah.
And the clients, they know that we got the new Tesla. They know that we opened up in Chicago. They know all this because we're putting it out there.
Right.
And we're putting out across all of social media, we're easily putting out 20 pieces of content a day.
Right. You should be doubling down on that.
No, we are.
Right.
And that's a lot. It's a lot of content to come out with.
Right.
So it's a lot every single day. We're a limousine service.
Right.
So, that's you have to make it interesting. You have to make it creative.
Right.
And, what we put out here, we'll change it a little bit for this platform. And
I think what we're trying to get with is that you want to put yourself out there to get things in return, right? And we're not doing this. We're going to get this in return. We're putting ourselves out there to show people that we're normal, right?
Yeah. It lifts the veil.
It lifts the veil on who we are.
And it also, we made a post about it. It puts us like, this is a very natural environment for us where we're in our work clothing. Sorry.
This is our work clothing.
We're in our work clothing when we're going to see clients. We obviously dress up.
Harvey showed that I'm wearing my Timberlands.
I'm wearing Uggs.
It snowed 1/4 inch. I'm wearing my Timberlands today.
I'm wearing Uggs. But yeah, it shows us in a natural environment. We get to set our own tone.
Right.
And there's no mystery behind what we're doing. What we're saying goes.
Yeah.
And I think that that's invaluable.
It's also a nice platform to have for when,
what I wanted to get to was going to see clients, and they existing clients watch it because they're interested in you.
Right.
And then new clients glance at it, and then when they see you, they recognize you.
Right.
And then it creates a sense of recognition where some ice has already been broken.
I got to tell you a real quick story. I went to a convention. I think it was in November. It was Lou Malagara. I'm botching his last name. BTN Group.
Big shout out to Lou.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in our growth. And there was someone there from a huge financial institution who pulled me aside. And we're an RFP with this company now. And he's like, I got to tell you, I went to
the DMV.
Jury duty.
Jury duty.
He was in jury duty. He's like, I didn't know where this was going. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did you do a test ride and we botched it? Like, what happened? He's like, no, listen. He's like, and I started scrolling on LinkedIn and I saw you and your brother's podcast. I'm like, oh, and I'm waiting for the hammer to drop, right? I'm waiting for the shoe to drop to say, like, you can't be doing this if you're bidding for our work. I was waiting for something, and I'm not a negative person, but I was waiting for something so horrible to come from this guy's mouth. And he's like, I sat there for 4 hours and I listened to your 4 podcasts. And he's like, I loved it. I was floored. And it was so, I didn't realize the reach of LinkedIn. That's number one. That was the first thing I thought of, like, Jesus Christ, LinkedIn really makes you famous.
Yep.
If you put yourself out there in that manner, it's as good as TV.
Yep.
Okay. The second thing I thought of is everyone is watching you.
Yep.
This guy was so random. He's not my friend. I think we're connected on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We're
we're getting to know each other now.
Yes.
You
and
know.
and I believe we did win the RFP. I think
We did.
We did, right? We're in contract with them now.
We're discussing the contract now.
Right.
And building out all the SLAs and stuff.
We're ironing everything out right now. But this, so who's listening to this right now? When this goes live tomorrow, right? January 7th-ish, right? Who is going to listen to this and go, this is 2 guys own a really big business. Let's give them a shot. Mm-hmm. And it's happening.
Just one thing, listen, the minute that I see you book with us, the minute that, I know that we're going to a meeting or I meet you, I'm connecting on LinkedIn because I want to share what we have to say.
Yeah.
Because it builds out character and it builds out comfort.
Yeah. What do you think Dad's fear was about not being famous? And I'm putting that in quotes because it's not.
Know.
Why did he want?
I think it was just a different style, and I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that style.
Right.
You can build a very successful business.
Someone told you. Someone told me through a personal message. We're going to get him on the podcast soon. Someone told me, you're putting out too much. You're revealing too much. And I didn't agree with that.
Yeah.
I love this man more than anything.
Everyone's entitled to opinion.
100%. 100%. And if they don't want to put out one piece of content a week, that's great. That works for them. This, I believe, is working for us.
Yeah. And to say it works for everybody, I mean, that's a blanket statement. Sure. I think that if you put out content and you put out enough valuable, entertaining things to say, I think it could reap some type of rewards, but it's constant work in progress. Like, I also wanted to do a big shout out. I'm using this service called Cleverly.
Never heard of it.
Cleverly is a service that automates reaching out to people that you want to reach out to.
Right.
So let's say you're a locksmith. Shout out to Matthew.
What I'm at.
And you want to reach out to building managers. But obviously searching, doing, it's doable,
right.
But you just have to sit and you have to do it. What Cleverly does is they automate that. So they build out a whole template for you.
Right.
And you build out your intro, your intro sentence that says, hey, I'd like to connect, trying to build my network.
Right.
Then they connect, and then you do a follow-up and you say, hey, I have a podcast. If you want you to take a listen. Then if they respond, then you can then go and have a conversation with them. Mm-hmm. And it automates it for you. And easily, and I did that to our specific markets, and I'm picking up 30, 40 new connections targeted that I want to reach every single day.
It's fascinating.
So
who thought of this shit?
Everybody use Clever. There's something for it,
Like who? Like I'm gonna come up
and they automate it. I don't know how much it costs, but it's whatever it is, it's worth it.
Right.
So yeah, Harvey, like post that,
Cleverly.
put it out there. We'll make a post about it and link back to them. But it's a very cool tool. Highly recommended. If you want, we can do it for your profile to build out your network too.
Do whatever you want.
No, you gotta fucking do it.
No, you do it.
I'm fucking doing your work.
I read this incredible book, and I'm in awe of this man. I'm going to shift gears here for a second. We were in Florida, couldn't go anywhere. Alex was running 103 fever. He's better now, but it was pretty bad. And I took Kayla out for a little bit. We went to a few of the parks, but ultimately, like, I caught up on my movies and I caught up on my documentaries and all that stuff.
Right.
But I also read Ride of a Lifetime. Harvey put that up there by Robert Iger. What a book.
I didn't read it yet.
Yeah, mandatory.
I know. I love
I'm not
those,
gonna. There's no
those
spoiler.
Yeah.
There's no spoil. They bought Lucasfilm. Okay, but
he is an unbelievable CEO.
Beyond Eric, beyond. It's easy to say that from reading the news. He's a very
special guy because
this man works.
He took an amazing company and made it better.
I know, and he talks about that because Eisner really took Disney.
He defined the 90s.
It was Eisner, Katzenberg, Frank Wells, those guys. They turned Disney from a little shop, Walt and Roy's little. It was huge back then, but turned it into the global powerhouse. And then Eisner doubled down on it.
Yeah.
My God, and it was so fascinating. One of the best chapters in the book was when he was becoming CEO. That he was in the running. It was him versus Meg Whitman from eBay. Okay. No spoilers here. I mean, he became CEO, but the process he had to go through. This man is the most coolest, calmest, collected person, and they tried to break him of that. They were stressing him out. They kept asking the same questions, and he was flying from coast to coast consistently, being interviewed, and he wanted the job, but he said this sentence in there. My God, I earmarked it. Every other page is just earmarked because the wisdom this man has, the advice he has, not reacting. And that's something that I'm learning for myself. It's just not reacting. I was a reactor.
Yeah. You have to work on that.
Absolutely.
I'm not a reactor.
No, you're not.
Right.
No, you're not. And the pressure. I was getting stressed reading this. The pressure he had to go through to get to this position. He wasn't a shoo-in. You would think like, oh, Bob Iger, he was the COO and Michael Eisner put him as COO. And him getting to that next step, to me, as an outsider, someone sitting at their desk, you would think, oh yeah, Bob Iger's next. Here's the contract. It's nothing like that. The shit he had to go through, buying Pixar. He has Eric, he talks about Steve Jobs, how him and Steve Jobs got so close that Steve Jobs loved Bob Iger and Bob Iger loved Steve Jobs. They developed this bond and Steve trusted him. Please, people, you want to learn about leadership. You want to learn about staying calm under really stressful circumstances. He opens the book with two of the most horrible things, the shooting at the Pulse nightclub and how it affected the staff. He has some of the Alan Braverman. He's got some insane staff around him, just these incredible people. They were in Shanghai when the shooting happened. And then, when that little boy died at the park, at the hotel.
Eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, well, no, I think the boy was drowned. The call Iger had to make, the stress this man has to go through, and keeping calm under everything, not losing it.
That's what it takes
to be
a CEO of one of the greatest corporations in existence that's ever been created in the history of the world.
100%.
The continued success and the continued right moves is just so unheard of.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
They just bought and what are they going to do at Planet of the Apes now? And then are they going to make Planet of the Apes universe now?
I don't know.
At one of the parks, it's the sustained awesomeness.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
And that's what I was trying to get at, that, if what Disney does, BLS should do,
we should buy Lucasfilm.
that chapter, I'm a Star Wars guy, but the negotiations, my palms were sweating. I knew the outcome, right? George Lucas sold. But the way Iger did it, the negotiations between the two, George Lucas wanted Pixar numbers. Iger said, you're not Pixar. It was, I don't know if anyone people from Disney will probably hear this. And I just have to say, your company it's
top notch,
an inspiration for us all. And BLS tries to mimic and copy how you guys treat your staff, how you treat your employees. We went to Mickey's not so scary, the Mickey's Christmas party, Sharon, me, and the kids, and it was just flawless. How these people know everything where you are, the service level, the allergies.
Yeah.
No, I'm in awe of the Walt Disney Company.
They are
I really am.
They are a very inspiring company. I mean, when you call Disney Cruises or you call Disney Resorts, and then you go and talk to them on the phone, and they make you feel magical and amazing. We always say, answer the phone
like a Disney agent,
like a Disney cruise line person.
Correct. Or a theme park person.
They're so well trained, and you can tell on the other end how much they like what they're doing and the energy that they give across. And just if every corporation would do that in their call center, because that's all it is. It's just a call center.
Right.
Some person either sitting home on a virtual terminal, or they're sitting someplace and they're making these reservations and answering these questions and never getting frustrated. And overall, just the client experience that they give out it's second to none.
They're not outsourcing their call center to the Philippines.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There is, and I want to tell you, and it's going to segue into this. Yesterday, we sent out one of our teammates in LA was sick. He was in the hospital. He's fine. Just he had to go to the hospital, take care of some stuff, and we did what was appropriate of us. We sent a box of we sent flowers. I don't want to spoil anything, but we sent flowers. Sharon got a call yesterday because Sharon's in charge of all the gifts. It was a woman in her home in a foreign country. Her English was broken. Customer service was terrible. She had an attitude, and she's like, and I don't want to imitate the way she said, but I'm going to speak it. She goes, "Hi, this is blank from the company, and I don't want to badmouth the company, but it's pretty much the only company you could buy flowers from online." And she said, "We're out of your order." And Sharon goes, "Okay." She goes, "What else do you want?" And Sharon's like, "I don't know. What can I get for that amount of money?" And the woman was just giving her options, and it was the numbers were broken.
It was brutal.
It was it was a 30-minute ordeal to just exchange flowers for chocolate covered strawberries. That was literally all we had to do, and it took 30 minutes. I've never sat on the phone with Disney for more than a few minutes. My son was sick down there. We had reservations all day and all night, and I had to call and cancel each one. There was supposed to be a charge, and they're like, "We're waiving the fee for you."
You know, customer service over profits all day, every day.
Absolutely.
And, better customer service just leads to better profits. And if you have to worry about paying somebody $15 or $20 an hour, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely.
It's case closed.
Right. And we had to break mom and dad of that.
Yeah. That was a lot of the changes that we made, that, you have to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
You have to look at the big picture, and service trumps all, no matter what you're doing.
Yes.
Good service that's knowledgeable.
Yes.
With someone who's happy, that's doing the service for you, you're going to go back.
Well, yes.
But if you're gonna be the type of corporation that cuts corners, it's going to eventually get back to you.
Yeah. I mean, Disney cut, like they were handing out cookies in plastic packets for their.
But who knows why they were doing? There must be a reason why they're doing that.
Absolutely. Maybe it was an allergy thing. Maybe it was a gluten thing. Who the hell knows? But it looked pretty inexpensive. I mean, I have allergies, so when I was getting my cookies,
they're probably handing out 50,000 of those things.
Sure,
probably wasn't all that inexpensive.
No, of course not.
But
Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger, one of the best leadership books I've ever read. That's mandatory for you.
Yeah, no.
You got to read it. Go listen to it. Go buy it on audiobook. I want Kevin to download it too. And he said Disney War, which was another amazing book.
Yep.
Disney War, a lot of it was false. He's like, a lot of...
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Read the book.
Sure.
Read Ride of a Lifetime. Harvey, put that up there. Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger. Very inspirational. You can take a lot of stuff away. That was an amazing podcast.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I think with that, we can definitely put numero uno of 2020.
Make a vision board. Get on LinkedIn. Post like a mother.
Don't outsource.
Don't outsource, especially to like the Philippines. That was horrible.
Don't outsource your call center.
Did you see Joker yet?
No, not yet.
Joaquin Phoenix won yesterday. I was jumping up and down. I got nauseous watching this movie. I've seen it twice already, and I have a huge conspiracy theory. We'll get to it when are you going to watch it? We're not traveling anywhere like in the next few
I
weeks.
think you'd be surprised. I think we're going to be traveling soon. I'll get there.
Joker must
People,
watch.
I have a problem. My problem is that if I watch a movie too late at night, I'm not sleeping at night. And I know that The Joker is going to be one of those movies.
It was nauseating.
I know.
It was
I know
nauseous.
that I'm going to be sitting in my bed and I'm going to be hot and cold and sweaty all at the same time.
Yeah.
And I want to sleep. Like, I don't mind sleeping 4 or 5 hours. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I know if I watch The Joker,
Right.
it's not happening. So when I take our JetBlue flight at 4:30 in the morning, I'm sitting down in my seat. I'll watch it, and that can keep me up the entire flight. I don't care. But I just want to sleep at night. So that's why I didn't watch Joker yet.
Sharon and I watched it twice. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. The message of the film. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say the message after you watch it because it was so powerful. It was so powerful.
I
It
want
was
to
a
get this shit
great
published.
movie.
Everybody, it's been a pleasure.
Peace out, everyone. Welcome to Okon Studios 2.0.
2020, baby. Here, let's go.
Later, guys.